guys, what's going on, and thanks for watching. So the video today that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and pull off that bull bar off the front of my truck, which I've been wanting to do for a while now. Thing looks kind of hideous. And also I have 2 light bars in the front of my truck. I really don't need all that extra stuff. So, but also I'm going to go ahead and pull off that steering gearbox. There's a reason why I'm doing that. I tried to post a video last week, but I screwed it up, and I don't want to give you guys any bad information. So I am going to show you guys what I've been up to. Also, some updates, some upgrades that I'm going to be doing. So other than that, thanks for watching. Guys, stay tuned. Just getting all the wiring out now. I'll tell you what, though, wiring takes a lot longer than taking all the wiring out of the vehicle, that's for sure. This job's a whole lot easier. There it is. Got all the wiring out. Got the switch out. All right. There it all is, guys. $100. If you live in Michigan, let me know. Awesome. All right, I got it off. Okay, so in other news, let's talk here. As you guys all know, I have been doing some upgrades to the truck, like the Zone Off-Road upper control arm. I got that done. The PPE Stage 3 tie rod. I also did a brand new CV shaft on this side. And the reason why I'm doing all this, man, is alignment issues and clunking. I hear a lot of clunking going on in the front end. So I figured I'll go ahead and just start posting up videos on how to install things, like basically all the pieces in the front. Okay, guys, so this is your idler arm and your pitman arm, and ran into a little bit of an issue here. So these are brand new. I went ahead and popped off the pitman arm off the steering gearbox. Let me show you here. I'm gonna show you what not to do, I guess, if you guys decide that you want to do this. I've had some pretty bad clunking going on in the front of the truck, and took it to the alignment shop, and the gentleman that was aligning my truck told me that my idler arm and pitman arm were shot. So I'm glad he identified that to me, but now I'm, I guess, more in trouble here. So I decided to be slick and disconnect my steering gearbox, and right there is your intermediate steering shaft. It's connected to your steering gearbox. So what I did is I disconnected, there's 3 bolts that hold this right up here, this steering gearbox. And what I went ahead and did is instead of taking this off, because what I didn't want to end up happening was taking the lines off the power steering fluid lines off the steering gearbox. So I decided, what the heck, I don't want to mess with fluid. So took the bolts off. That way it kind of just hangs freely. I put the idler pulley. Here, let me show you. You can pick up this tool for, gosh, $12 at AutoZone or whatever. But let me show you here, so you have an understanding what I'm talking about. So underneath the truck again, I went ahead and put that bad boy on there to pop that pitman arm off. But in the midst of it, after it was clanking and moving sideways like that, I blew a seal on the steering gearbox. So now I'm leaking power steering fluid. This is great. So now I'm in a dilemma here. For some of you guys that know a lot more about this than I do, because this is my first time actually ever doing this job before, should I replace the steering gearbox just for the heck of it? Just do it anyways. The truck's got 156,000, 157,000, something like that, miles on it. Or should I replace, I know there's like a little rebuild kit for the steering gearbox. I think it's only like $20 to fix that leak right there. but that involves me going ahead and just taking this thing out anyways. So I don't know, you guys leave in the comments what I should do. Some of you guys have done this before, so help me out here, you know. Also, idler arm, I got the idler arm popped off with the pickle fork. Those things usually work out pretty well. Got the bolts off there, but I gotta get this bracket off because unfortunately there's no way I'm gonna be able to pop that arm off of there unless I take this whole bracket assembly off. So that's not gonna be fun. But anyways, yeah guys, so just stay tuned for this. I really do want some feedback on this one. I actually do need your guys' help. Also guys, talk to me. For some of you guys that are actually following me, we were talking about front end suspension parts. We talked about Fox shocks, I think Rancho, Skyjacker, Bilstein. I'm actually going to go ahead and do a video here in a couple weeks on, or it may even be next week, I'm not exactly sure yet. But I'm definitely going to install new front shocks because my front shocks are pretty worn out. Here, check it out. These things are old and crusty, man. These old shocks right here. So you guys tell me what you think. And then also what I'm up to is there's you know, this CV shaft right here. It's kind of dark, so I apologize, but this CV shaft right here is pretty straight in line for a lifted truck. But if you go here, there's an angle on that CV shaft, and I know some of you guys are commenting on that. I think all I gotta do is just lower that torsion bar, and I should be good to go, just to level out the front. So I mean, I've actually replaced that thing twice already, so in the course of about 40,000 miles. So there's a reason for that. I think it has a lot to do with that torsion bar cranked up too high. So anyways guys, let me know what you guys think. You know, should I go ahead and just install a brand new steering gearbox, or should I go ahead and just save some money and just do like that little, you know, I think it's only like 20 or 25 bucks. You can just put a brand new seal in it so it stops leaking. But that again involves me taking that whole steering gearbox out, which really isn't a big deal, but whatever. You know, just let me know what you guys think. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't done this job before, what I suggest you guys do when you pop off the pitman arm, I know I'm giving you guys a lot of information, but this is good for some of you guys that actually have half-ton and three-quarter-ton trucks, because this pretty much correlates with the same thing. But when you're popping these joints out of place right here, before you even attempt to do this thing, man, pickle fork, they're like 10 bucks, man. They're really not that expensive, maybe $10, $15. Make sure you get yourself one of those because they're going to come in handy big time. And make sure you take that rim off, or that tire off, because you got to hit it from this side, not underneath. Don't go straight on with the pickle fork. You guys got to take that tire off and going from the side to attack this job right here when you get that idler arm off. I did rip my stabilizer link off just to give me a little more access. It really wasn't that hard. It's just like two 10mm bolts. Let me show you. Right there on each end. And you know, you just drop it down. It's pretty simple. It gives you a lot of access. What I'm doing though is just taking off the steering gearbox, but it's pretty simple, guys. You're gonna have 3 bolts. You're gonna have 1, 2, and then I already took this one out. It's 3. Those 3 bolts right here actually hold your steering gearbox into place. And you take those out. Those actually were pretty tight. And then let me show you. I'm gonna go through here, which this right here is your steering gearbox. It's kind of hard to see, but that's from the inside of the engine bay. And then 18mm on the top of this steering gearbox. And what I'm doing is I'm just pulling off the steering lines, the power steering fluid lines. Okay, so there's the front end of the truck. We're just gonna go ahead and go underneath. And steering gearbox, now it's gonna be leaking fluid. So I just connected these lines right up here, as you can tell. And like I was telling you guys, you know, I left this one loose and I took the other 2 off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the steering gearbox out. I did disconnect the intermediate steering shaft from the inner fender, and you'll see when I pull this out, there'll be a steering shaft connected to it. But normally what you're supposed to do, I got a little ahead of myself, you're supposed to just disconnect this piece right here to the steering shaft. Let's go ahead and get this off. Okay, here she is right here. Actually wasn't really that hard to pull out. It's pretty simple, just 3 bolts. The 2 lines right here, which are 18 millimeter, and then, you know, obviously I need to disconnect the steering shaft. Actually, all you gotta do is just disconnect it from right here and it'll pop right out. But oopsie on my part, I gotta replace that seal. But you know, hey, they're about 150 to 200 bucks for this whole unit right here, so I'm still considering, contemplating whether or not I should go ahead and just buy a new steering gearbox. I'm not sure yet. But I'll tell you what, guys, this truck is a money pit. But once I get everything together, it's gonna be fine. I can't wait. I mean, shoot, I got a built trans in this thing now and I can't even drive it. Sucks. But all right, guys, thanks. Okay, guys, but overall, I really do appreciate all your guys' support and time. Give me some feedback if you guys don't mind. I really do appreciate that. I am gonna definitely start a bunch of different types of videos on all the different pieces of the steering linkage. I know I'm gonna do a steering wheel. There's actually a bearing inside your steering wheel, right? Or not inside, but you know, right underneath. I'm gonna show you guys how to install that as well. So if you guys are having some clunking issues, alignment issues, or just really just want to know or learn more about your front end on these Chevy trucks, I think this is your best bet. Go ahead and just follow me. And then of course, you guys, as you guys all know, I do a lot of upgrades and updates and whatnot on the Duramax truck. So I do appreciate your time. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.